Hey, I'm Kev, Mr. Khan. Welcome back to Baja Control HD. As last time out, we were finishing the mini truck leagues, and we didn't quite achieve the gold in the open class challenge. Well, it took around 20 attempts. I had to put it down to easy. We eventually did a pit first to the line. That is definitely the toughest challenge so far. Let's see if it gets tougher in the full-size trucks. We don't own a vehicle, so let's go to the garage and let's own one, and let's read up on what these full-size trucks are like. As let's buy a vehicle. Here we go. So mini truck, full-size truck, class 8 full-size trucks are some of the toughest, most durable off-road racing machines built today. The proven reliability is something veteran desert racers have come to count on in the most extreme conditions. So we can have the Ford F-150, Ford F-250, or Ford F-100, it looks like. So 250 looks pretty cool, 150 not as cool, and the 100 looks a bit old and battered. Let's look at the different costs though. It does look like the F-250 costs the most. Obviously it's the best then. Let's look at the paint scheme. Oh, look at this, go faster stripes there. What the hell is that? Scroll to turn back round. What is this? Dragon's Lair. Let's go with this pattern. And then I'm going to upgrade the vehicle. So let's get all the engine. I won't look at suspension because I did that with the mini trucks. I wasn't meant to upgrade the suspension because that meant the suspension was pretty high. Meant the truck could roll a bit, as we saw in those races. So I won't mess with the suspension, but everything else I'll try and upgrade. But I couldn't do much in the end. I fully upgraded the engine and a bit of the powertrain. That's about it. So let's see what we can do in the Waaahhhhhooooooooo's Big Wave League 3 races as we begin at the Apache Trail and the Canyon Lake environment. So we are with our F-250 looking nice in the sun in the desert. But for that race, we get underway. Now I don't expect to be winning this league, the lack of upgrades, but they can finish top 3, go to another trophy for the old cabinet. We will see. We get up to 4th immediately. Do get up to 5th? No, we're only sticking 4th. It's all we're getting pushed wide already. And it's opening that. Down in 8th. It looks like someone's slowed down in front. Someone's beeping their horn at us. Stop beeping your horn at me. You're attached to me, wing lamb. And someone's landed on us. Craig Turner, what are you doing? As you battle our way up to 4th, you've got Jerry in front. Top 3 right on top of each other. Those who try and make away from the pack behind. Go for the podium into 3rd. Head of Greg. Head of Jerry is battling 1st. Which is Randy. Let's look at this environment. Crazy, these canyons. Hopefully this truck is a bit more durable as well. It says it's more durable in the menu, but already the engine's gone on the 1st lap. That's a really motoring array from the opposition. Definitely chose the right Ford, didn't I? But it looks like we're going to have to do repairs every lap, I'm guessing. This is a crazy track. I do love this. Running underneath the canyons here. Gonna get distracted by the scenery. Let's try and keep up the momentum as he head towards the line. End of the opening lap. 1:37. As there goes the shocks and clutch as well. They're going to have to repair the vehicle this lap. As everyone's been slowed down by Randy behind it looks like. Plus we have to use 3rd gear a bit more than it's like. Let's see we go towards the pit. Get down to 1st. Try to get away too early. There's like a number of drivers are pitting as well. Not Craig Turner though. Neither's Ring Lamb. So we retain the lead despite pitting. And a couple of trucks behind have yet to pit, so they'll be a bit slower probably. So if we just keep driving well, we might actually win our 1st race in this class, which I did not expect. That's all the bumps. It's not a bumpy track this, it's just very undulation. As you can see, loads of jumps. Spectacular environment. Really does look fantastic. This truck is slightly more durable than the mini trucks, which is good to see. And I do miss the Hummer. Just bashing everyone out of the way. As there goes the engine again. How long was that? Not even a full lap before it went again. We've got a fantastic lead on Jerry. And Randy have jumped Turner. And Wing as you go through the final corner. And across the line onto the third lap, into the second half of this race, been very dominant. As there goes the shocks and clutch. Again, we're going to have to pit. We've got a massive lead of 20 seconds. Definitely getting good at our pit stops, and look at that. Parked perfectly. Away quickly, still with a massive lead over Randy. Obviously very slow behind. Maybe just battling each other, they're struggling. As I did not expect the race to go this way. As I said, I've only upgraded the engine. That's about it. Maybe the most important part though. With all that speed, especially on this fast track. You see very wide open. There's some good jumps as well. As you're coming to the end of this third lap, just one lap to go. Engine hasn't gone so far though. Just want to say that. Around a similar spot. So that engine really does not last long in these trucks. You've got to think of that going forward. There goes the shocks and clutch as well. Tyres and brakes haven't gone yet. They seem to be landing in all fours, so we're not damaging any tyres, really slowing us down. So we're able to keep the momentum up. We set another new record. And so we are on the final lap. We're almost 30-second lead on Jerry and Greg. As we're going to have to go into the mechanics once again, as now our car's getting destroyed in this final lap. Well, mechanics are really earning your pay today. As they've just about crossed the line onto the fourth lap, their opponents. Jerry in second, Randy in third. And this time they got a bit of a gap behind as well to the chasing pack. They seem to be a bit more line astern behind. As you can see, there's a bit of a battle near the back though. That's about it. That's how we can just rang this thing on this final lap. Really push it. Not lifting at all. Look at that, going towards over 120 miles per hour. So this thing is a bit faster as well than the mini trucks. I know durability seems to be around the same as well. There goes the engine. Shocks and clutch. Still haven't got the full house though. As we approach the final couple of corners over this race. What a dominant victory. I don't expect every race to go like this. It's just because, as I said, this is a fast, wide open track, and upgrading the engine and a bit of the powertrain as well really does help round here. As we win, set another new record. As we won by 45 seconds almost, ahead of Randy, with Jim in third, ahead of Jerry. Ringham in fifth, Creighton in sixth, Dave Morrison seventh, Greg Adder eighth, and Mike Jenkins at the back. So a fantastic opening to this championship. Let's see what we can do around the Face Rock Ridge, around the Canyon de Chelly environment. As here's the beast. Revving up for another 4-lap race. Hoping to go as well as that previous one. This is a bit more of a bouncy environment already. As we're going 4 wide, are we? Towards the lead already. Another 4:250. They slot in front of Randy. That's how you do it. Power slide into the lead. Chop off their line as well. I mean, you're not getting a good exit. Can use that bank. Oh, we're really at home with this vehicle. Go flat out. Once again, you can see the mechanics quite early in the lap. As well, that's a poor jump. Just about holding into the line. Here comes Randy round the outside. Wheel to wheel. There goes the shocks. Clutch engine. As you go into the hairpin. Just about hold him off. This circuit definitely a bit tighter, as you can see, a bit more twisty, but then you got stretches like this as well. After you come into our hands. But I love this use of the banks as well. You can really slide this vehicle around as what the hell? That's bumpy. And now it looks like the track splits off in front. What way do you want to go? Let's go to the inside line. Let's test this out, as it looks like the left rear is suffering. It's already building a lead on Randy. That's all, it's this track, is it? No, this is a different track I'm thinking of. Have to go to the end of this first lap, just about. But man, our vehicle really does struggle when you damage it though. I'm guessing that's what's happening to Randy as well. He's over 15 seconds behind. Mike Jenkins might not have damage though. He's racing towards the front. Or to second place at least, as he's just about survived these jumps. Once again, the brakes not really suffering because we don't really brake in these vehicles, and it looks like we just drift the cars into the corners. It's just about hold on. Mike Jenkins definitely does not like he is not damaged. As we're cooling towards our mechanics. Come on, mechanics. So keeping momentum up on the speed limit though. We're not going over 60. Just keeping it at 60. I guess that's one way to stop. And it's like everyone's pitting behind though. So Mike Jenkins was damaged but flew. Maybe he just didn't damage his wheel like we did. So here we go. We've got to be more careful over these bumps. Very much a bumpier track than the first one. Bit tighter, as I said. And nice banks everywhere that you can really slide this truck through. We've got a massive lead once again of over 20 seconds. Craig Turner up to third. Now that's how you use a bank. This is more like motocross riding than off-road driving, it feels like. Can we land the truck? We can, I think. Let's take the outside line this time, as there goes the engine. There's all sliding a bit too much there. As there goes the shocks and clutch as well. They're going to take the outside line from now on. That was much faster, much smoother. I am on the track. Calm down. As we go into the second half of the race. Another close contest here. The Canyon to Shelley. Looks like we haven't upset any of the wheels though, which is good to see. Get it down to third. We're keeping the momentum up as well. Getting it over around 80, it looks like. As well, maybe we have upset the wheels. We are slowing down suddenly as we approach the pits. Maybe the car just knows we're going towards the pits now. It's like, I'm in pain, help me. There you go, get it down to first. They're right in the middle as well. Well, almost. Slightly to the left. I can't wait in front of everyone else. And no doubt they have to pit as well in this third lap. So Mike Jenkins, Craig Turner behind. I'm thinking of the championship now. Who's our closest rival? Would it be Craig Turner? He's got two top fives. Up to second now ahead of Mike Jenkins. As we go through the middle section. We also have Jerry was up there. Riley. And Randy. Where's Randy? Who finished second in the last race. So we go drift it. Look at that. Love that corner. Now over the bumps. Got to be careful. So just about surviving. Someone's really struggling at the back. Looking at the mini map. Might have to lap them. So there goes the engine. Not joined for the shocks. Oh, there we go. Shocks and clutch. Over that bumpy section. That is the penalty of going over that section. No. So it's a bit bumpy, and there goes the right rear. So we're crawling around then to the pits on this final lap. That's where we're catching the guy in front then. It looks like Jerry's got away in second. Look at that gap he's built over Mike Jenkins. He obviously must be slowing down everyone else. Somehow keeping the momentum up though with both our rear tyres buggered. As it looks like we're going to catch up to the back mark here who's blown their engine. How have you blown your engine? But it looks like we're going to do a stealthy move around the outside. They didn't even see us. Oh, he gave us a tap though. As he got a lead of around 50 seconds to that 40 seconds over Jerry. He definitely seems to be our main rival then heading into the final race. And looks like someone's pitted in front. Oh, he's just hanging out in the pits in front. Do you need help? There you go. Look at that, it's so nice. There's that Waaahhhhhooooooooo car. Not doing well in their home championship. So that's two guys. We've got wheels everywhere as well on the exit. What is happening? Has he got half of that remaining then of this race? I did not expect to be this dominant. But sometimes in races where pit stops are really necessary almost every lap, you see that with the opponents really struggling, holding each other up. As that is totally how you're meant to take that corner. So it just enables us if we keep it clean, like we mostly have done. Oh, I wasn't as fast at that corner. That's right, look at the bumps, bloody hell. If I race this in cockpit cam, I'll probably suffer nausea over those jumps. As there goes the engine, shocks and clutch. So it goes sliding the car around, oh no! Making mistakes on this final lap, will they gain? No, they won't gain on us. We've still got around a 30-second lead. So it's turning a bit silly on this final lap. As it looks like Craig Turner in third. But we're in first once again by a country mile. Sideways across the line. As we won by around 30 cents out of Jerry Craig in third. Mike Jenkins fourth. Dave Morrison fifth. Randy down in sixth. Jim Riley down in seventh as well. So the podium finishes from the last race down the order. Greg Adler in 8th and Wing Nam in 9th. So it's a superb couple of races as we get a new sponsor. Well, we don't have one for our truck. So AEM, welcome to the team as we head to the finale around the Rancho Mafina and the Cabo San Lucas environment. This is our truck with the new sponsorship on the side. Actually kind of ruins the paintwork, doesn't it? Here we go, for that race. Look how wide open this is to begin with. Multiple routes everywhere looking ahead. This is my type of track. So taking the outside line. We might take the lead already. As it is this circuit. So we don't know where we're going to be until we escape this section. Well, it looks like we're in the lead ahead of Jerry with Randy in third. Oh, someone's taken a different route. Is that Jerry? So we've just got to land the vehicle there over that jump. So we go, finally get up to fourth. Got to be careful of this jump. Remember that being a big one. So there goes the shocks and clutch. And another jump if you take this outside the line, which helps from a momentum perspective. So we go, the engine's gone as well. But we've got a massive lead already. This is another power circuit and see wide open, quick. We've seen this before. So we go drifting out. Probably need to take the other line. We've got Greg Adler in second. Randy in third. Also different with this track is the mechanics are at the end of the lap. So on the final lap we probably won't need to pit, but every other lap we do need to. So you go into the Tristy section. I say Tristy, it's flat out. You're just using the terrain here to hold that pedal to the metal. As Randy's up to second ahead of Greg now. So you see the pits in front. Say hi to mechanics for the first time this race. Look at that, taking out a sign as well, tactical. They will never know what's here now. It's a really struggle to get going. Go on, I have to lean forward. There's no one pitted behind though. Looks like. Second, third, fourth have not. And then we've got the pack behind. And it's like they're not pitting either. So that's not a good first set of corners. Right, we are fully healed. We probably should choose the other side as we don't want this massive jump at the beginning of that. But then this route's a bit better. As well, a bit quicker. Even though it does have the jumps. Here we go. As they split up behind Randy and Greg. So go landing that. Let's take the inside line, shall we? Let's just try this out. So they are gaining on us. That's only because we're kind of experimenting here on this second lap. Yeah, definitely not taking that route again. Look how slow we are there. Probably should have just got it down to third. There we go. But then the engine's gone. You can kind of take that as a corner, it looks like. So that's not too bad then at the end. I thought it would be a bit slower rejoining. And now we'll take this outside line. And that seems to be much better than the inside line which Greg looks to be taking. He's got a bit of a gap on Randy now behind. And so far this lap, we've only lost the engine, which isn't too bad. Let's say it goes to shocks and clutch as we run a bit wide. But we've got a lead of around 30 seconds already. I'm guessing they're damaged, they're a bit slow on this second lap. As we go and meet our mechanics once again. Get some refreshments as well. As you go out the hot pit. Go on to the third lap. And I really just struggle getting going again, the truck, with the momentum going uphill. Feels like it needs a push. I need to lean forward as well. Let's see if they pit behind. And it's like they are pitting behind. So let's go this route then. Let's see if this is a bit better. We're going to try every combination this race. So you go this way. And then I've totally missed the turn in for the right. You've got into a tree. As we'll rejoin in time. I think we will. Just... No, we just rejoined. What are you doing? We had just rejoined. Don't believe that. You're taking the wide line. Then we're going to take the outside line this time. As it's Craig Turner in third. Jump Randy. So that's good for the championship then. As I don't think the championship was ever in doubt. As it seems like we've punctured the right front. Yeah, we have. Right front is buggered. But now the battle for second heat. So Craig Turner up there. And then we've got Greg Adler in second as well. I don't think he's actually been that good throughout the whole of the championship. But yeah, they are gaining. Greg Adler. Because I've damaged the tyre here. That's slowing us down as you can see. Not really keeping the speed up. So we could have a challenge on our hands. And it's like Jenkins is battling Turner for third. He's really struggling to go uphill. And Greg Adler is gaining. We might have a battle on our hands heading on to the final lap. Oh, and then there's a downhill section where we can build the speed up to almost 100 again. Which helps us. As there goes the engine. That took a long time to go actually on this third lap. So you definitely don't have to pit on the final lap. But there's the tyres and brakes for once. That makes an appearance. Will we get a full house? We won't. Let's park up next to the tyres and brakes. Really helping our mechanics out there. So now we go on to the final lap. Will Greg pit? He will not. Craig has got a bit of a gap in third as well, ahead of Jenkins now. Whoever that is. There's a big consortium of cars behind. Battling for the midfield places. So let's see if we can actually do this turn off then to the right. So we go here. Now we turn right. Now we took some cones out. That's not too bad. So let's see the momentum going into this. Oh, that is much better. Oh, we should have done that earlier. Look at this, we can carry momentum all the way through this section. And over the massive jumps as well. You go downhill. Look at that, build up to 135 miles an hour. We've even busted the right rear wheel and we did not feel that at all. So there goes the engine once again. Had enough of us. So let's see if Greg catches up then. As we're not pitting on this final lap. It'd be kind of pointless. As we pit with one corner to go. Well, he's around 20 seconds behind. He's definitely the closest we've seen in these races. Shame with the necessary pit stops. As I said, our opponents can be a bit slower, be slowed down. And it doesn't look like Greg is actually very slow behind. So it doesn't matter that we've busted our wheel. As we reach almost 100 miles per hour for the final section. Going flat out, not lifting at all. Just using the bank for momentum. Hit the car on the straight and narrow, say goodbye to the mechanics. And tell them to prepare their champagne. Just go drift through the final corner. I mean, you're going to win the race and the league as well. As we went ahead of Greg with Jim Riley in third in the end, ahead of Wing Lam, with Mike Jenkins, Dave Morrison, then Jerry, then Randy and Greg. Craig Turner at the back. As we won by a country mile ahead of Jerry in the end. Jim Riley in third. Look how close he was behind for the battle for second. She knows three. And Greg Adler as well up to fifth. Then Craig Turner, then Wing Lam, then Mike Jenkins and Dave Morrison at the back. So we have unlocked the Bila Racing truck, then the Capec Racing, is that how you say it? I apologise for my terrible pronunciation once again. And the Ultra Custom Boats 02. So we've won our first league in the full-size trucks. Hopefully it's a bit closer in the KC Highlights League next time out. But thanks for watching and I will see you then.